dreams, and feelings.
And we're on. We're live.
Yeah. We're live.
Mike. Episode number 46.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting. What are they listening to, Mike?
Well, welcome to Mike and Adam's Dreams and Feelings.
Dreams and feelings.
Yeah, the only podcast that loves you.
What?
Yep, we're the only podcast that loves you. Everyone else is just pretending.
It's true.
Talking behind your back.
Right. This is the voice of Adam.
I'm Mike.
And we have a special guest. It's...
This is Louis Sawyer.
Yeah! Is that last name?
We're on a last name basis, Mr. Soya.
Now they're gonna Facebook you and creep on you.
Oh,
we got a lot of weird fans.
Yeah.
And
bring them on.
And the microphone, the microwave in the background is being played by Andre Shaw.
Oh yes. See, we live how we live.
What? We podcast like how we live.
Yes, we podcast how we live. We live how we live.
Right.
We podcast how we podcast.
Our podcasts are organic.
Yes.
And if anyone asks you otherwise, tell them that you heard straight from the horse's mouth. Mm-hmm. It's pure.
It's pure, like a horse's mouth.
My grandma always said
straight
that.
from the horse's mouth.
Well, exactly.
So yeah, we're what was I gonna say? We're a podcast.
Oh yeah, where can you find us, Mike?
You can find us on YouTube under Mike and Adam's Dreams and Feelings.
Sure.
You can find our Facebook, which is Mike and Adam's Dreams and Feelings, or archive.org, which is Mike and Adam's Dreams and Feelings.
Yes.
Where you can actually download us.
Yes.
Woo!
Do it.
Yeah, but speaking of our wonderful fans, I want to give a shout out to Gabrielle.
Yes.
Who gave the suggestion that we should visit Unimaginable Earth, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Right. We'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do some special modifications to the Tragmorga 3000.
Right.
And now it's in beta.
Yeah.
Oh, it was in beta, or it was in alpha. Now it's in beta.
Yeah. Well, you were sick of hearing someone else talk that was exactly like you.
Exactly. I wanted to talk to them.
Yeah. We're reaching out.
It's true. But before we go into imperfect, what was it? Unimaginable. I wanted to say imperfect. Unimaginable Earth. I just want to say happy birthday to Louis. Today is Louis's birthday.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yes.
This is the first birthday podcast.
Yes.
Yay.
This is Louis's first birthday.
Yes. He had very cruel parents for 26 years.
Oh. Yeah, so...
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm excited. So, yeah, Louis, a part of what we do on the show is, like, we have this giant machine that you're sitting next to. It's
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a beer fridge.
Yes. You bumped into it. It was weird.
Yeah. It's called the Tragmorga 3000, and it allows us to see into different dimensions, to see different versions of ourselves. We've gone to Vegan Earth, which was kind of weird.
Yep, the Vegan Earth was very respectful.
Yeah, that was
in
weird.
A bad way.
Yeah, right. Too much tolerance.
There's too much tolerance, too much listening.
Right, it was weird.
It was weird. Yeah.
And then Barbarian Earth, which was
Perfect Earth.
Which was really weird. They kept repeating the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it was weird.
I had nightmares.
Yeah.
My brother was on that episode. That was
both Earths.
Both Earths. He was there.
I like how they match up.
Yeah. So today we're gonna go to Unimaginable World, but I made a little modifications to the Tragmorga. I put a CB radio on it essentially, and it allows us to communicate with the other side. So I got in touch with Unimaginable Earth, and I instructed my counterpart there on how to create also a CB radio, and now we're able to communicate.
Right, yes. The person you found was Imaginary Mike.
Yes, it's true.
That's his name, and he sounds like just a charming character.
He does.
I just want to be silent and just listen to his brilliance and his beauty. And you guys can just talk to him.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Among the other modifications, we're green now. It's solar powered.
It's solar powered.
It no longer runs on AOL discs.
Woo!
It's actually running off of positive thinking.
Right, and Louis has it firing at all cylinders.
Yes,
Great.
Great. It's that Kel. It's that.
Wow.
It's that SoCal
The
vibe.
power spiking.
It's powered by Lewis's laughter.
Yes. So, yeah. So should we get started?
Without further ado, let's punch it in.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Blue, 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 blue.
Hello.
Is that you, imaginary Mike?
Yes, it's me. My name is Mike, the 4th king of the North, the Megatron 4000, the best ghost on planet Earth, and the king of Mars.
Wow.
Wow.
It's an honor. I get to talk to you guys. I was just in the middle of playing Transformers versus Unicorns, which is my normal activity.
I
So
think
many
you
questions.
mean Unicron.
No. I have unicorn, like little tiny unicorns, and they just run across my table, and I take my Transformer Negatron, and he shoots darts at them, and they go, "Oh no!"
That sounds horribly violent.
Oh yes, but the unicorns always end up winning.
Well, how do they win?
Oh, they use magical beans, which sprout into trees that negotiate with Negatron
Wow.
over a ceasefire deal.
Wow. Wow.
Ceasefire.
Yes.
Is that how your kingdom works as well?
Oh yes, everything's negotiations through trees that are sprouted from magical beans. Whether it's a territorial or whether it's a law about imports and exports, everything's tree based.
Wow. Well, how did that all start? How do you how was the first tree created?
Well, the trees were always here.
Okay.
And then they planted human seeds into the ground.
Okay.
And half of those human seeds turned into jelly beans.
Oh, okay.
That's where we get the popcorn flavored jelly beans. You're actually eating your brethren.
Oh.
And half of them are the humans we have here today.
Oh, that's very disturbing.
Yes, I stopped eating them after the 5th, bag.
Yeah, the 5th bag?
Yes.
You guys round up the human jelly beans and put them in bags?
They don't feel anything. If they knew they were just lying there around, they'd say, "Eat me. I taste like popcorn flavored jelly beans."
That sounds disgusting, actually.
Yeah, it helps not to think about it.
Okay, so Mike, can I call you Mike or?
Yes. Though if you can say that whole name that I just said, I'd be very honored.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your title. I'm sorry there, imaginary Mike.
Well,
King Mike the 4th, right?
Yeah, it changes every 5 minutes, so I'll update you in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
So give me more of a picture of your duties. I know you play a lot of. Was it
Megatrons and unicorns.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am just the ambassador between those two people. I police them. I make sure that they're paying attention and that they're respecting each other's rights. And it's a full-time job,
I bet.
When I'm not teaching giants how to be more gentle, I'm doing
Gentle
that.
giants?
Yes, I coined the term gentle giants after I got 5 giants to do the full Swan Lake Ballet.
Wow. That's
Yes.
impressive.
It took me about 60 man hours, but
Wow.
Are
they popcorn man hours or like regular size human?
Oh,
man hours?
they were all the man hours.
All of them. Okay,
Yeah.
all of the above. Was there one particular giant that was pretty big and friendly?
Oh yes. They're by color.
Oh, okay.
So there's the red giant.
Okay.
There's the white giant.
Okay. Is there a jolly green one?
There's he wasn't always jolly.
Okay.
He used to have horrible depression. And then we saw a doctor, and now he's jolly now.
He's jolly now?
Yeah.
Is the jolly green giant a little bit more of an acquired taste?
Yeah. He didn't have a lot of friends growing up, so we fed him like licorice that was blessed by a fairy.
Okay.
And he became jolly.
Right. So why was he so depressed? Did he get something stolen from him, like a goose that laid a golden egg or something?
Oh, the goose that laid a golden egg actually broke up with him.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
They were dating.
It was a horrible relationship. He actually made up a fact that she was kidnapped
Oh.
to kind of lessen the blow.
Okay.
But it was a horrible breakup. It contributed to his depression.
Okay. And
So-
every time he went to go find her, he discovered that his princess was in another castle.
Oh yes.
That's tragic. So what do you so what else do you do besides taming giants,
Well, I
facing these giants?
yeah, I face the giants.
Yeah.
And I have a giant flywheel
Okay.
that actually flies into the wheel of the earth.
Of the earth.
Yeah, so it's like a subway system, but everything flies.
Everything flies.
So sometimes I visit other continents,
Okay.
and some continents are fireproof.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Some are courageous. Some are just all about war. They have like whole rooms
Wow.
dedicated to war.
Wow.
War rooms, they call it.
Wow, it's
Yes.
pretty impressive. And does a certain Kevin Sorbo, does he?
Oh, Kevin Sorbo's our president.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yes. You become president because you measure the size of your hands,
Okay.
and he has the biggest hands.
Wow.
So he's president.
He gets to be president.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat.
I've talked to him a few times.
Yeah, he seems like a real nice guy.
He traces his hand on paper, and I get like a turkey.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big turkey.
You can really feed a family of four.
Yes.
Man.
Because when you trace something on paper, it becomes real.
Wow.
Which is why I draw $1 bills. I have a whole notebook of them.
Why don't you draw the bills in bigger denominations?
I'm not greedy.
You just
I believe in working for my money.
Oh, good.
I guess.
By settling differences between the Megatron and the Unicorn.
Yes.
Yeah.
A worker
And the
deserves.
popcorn people.
Yeah, a worker deserves his money, and
Yes.
and if I'm going to support
Totally agree.
if I'm going to support my jelly bean habits, I need to start drawing up some ones.
How much is a bag of jelly beans?
Oh, about 3 pages.
30 pages.
3 pages of ones.
Wow.
You can do that, or you can do 1 page of threes.
$3 bills. Now you're being silly.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. That's pretty unimaginable.
Our denominations are 1,
Okay.
17, and 8.5.
Why is the 8.5 larger than the 17?
Because it's cooler. It's got a picture of Ganondorf on it.
Ganondorf.
Yes.
See, on our planet, Ganondorf is a villain. He's from a game called Legend of Zelda.
He's a great drinking buddy on our world.
Oh, what does he consume?
Well, we drink butterscotch from a mystical fountain
Wow.
together. It's called
Butterbeer?
it's called the Salty Toad.
The salty toad.
Yeah, that's where we go, and he just tells jokes. He knows all the blonde jokes. Like, what do you get when you cross a blonde with a magical toad?
I don't know.
I don't know.
A magical blonde. I was dying. I was literally dying.
Oh my gosh.
So-
Well, that's so. Speaking of dying, on our world currently, there's a pretty big crisis in our government. That are voting on a healthcare system for us. Do you guys have a healthcare system? Because from what I hear, like you drinking all that butterscotch, you guys got to have a rampant case of diabetes.
We actually have the best health system ever.
Yeah.
When you're sick, you have to go out into the woods
Okay.
for a week.
A week.
Wow.
Yes. And you lie still, and if a forest friend starts talking to you, then you know you're better.
Wow.
Yes, and then you can go back right out and say, hand me the butter.
Oh wow. Wow. How can you tell if that's an actual person visiting you and if you're delusional because you're sick?
Oh, well, you see, it helps if you ask the forest friend his name.
Okay.
Because delusional friends don't have names.
Oh.
You know,
right.
if you ask a delusional friend who says, my name is... You know, he'll garble off because it's impossible to have a name.
Okay.
But if it's a real friend, he'll be like, hey, my name is Greg.
A real imaginary friend?
Yeah, and it's like, okay, Greg, you're a chipmunk, and it means I'm healed.
Mike, are you a real friend or imaginary friend?
You know, what is real? I ask myself that, and sometimes my mirror reflection asks that.
So I feel like there's a lot of just arbitrary rules.
Oh yes, we are we're like a government. So we run by laws, and there's a lot of red tape. And you know, there's different seats of government: high mushroom, low mushroom.
Right. Why is low mushroom over high mushroom?
It's about humility.
Okay.
Humility is seen as better.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's like underground mushroom, and that guy's just like, he's dirt, but we love him, but he's dirt.
He's dirt.
Yeah.
Good.
So on our world, there's a bunch of conspiracy theories about government, and we have this thing called the Illuminati. Have you heard of this, Lewis?
Yes, yeah.
So Lewis, what is the Illuminati here on our planet?
The Illuminati here on the planet is basically like the incredibly wealthy of the world, like the top 1% of the top 1%, and they run this secret society, and they control everything, basically.
Oh, so you mean like Daryl?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, is there something like that?
Daryl he runs the Illuminati, and he's really angry because he hears conspiracies about like sensible government. And he's like, I want to dispel those rumors.
Okay.
I want to be rich and just make a bunch of laws and declare it my birthday every day.
Does he draw a lot of birthday cards for himself?
Oh yes, and they come real, and then he draws friends giving it to him.
Oh wow. So I think so. Lewis and I are gonna talk about we're just gonna rattle off some imaginary things here, and I want to hear if there's a counterpart there in your world. Okay. So we've already established that unicorns are a real thing.
Yes.
So so something here that we have is called the tooth fairy. Do you guys have a tooth fairy?
Oh, Mary Jo.
Okay.
When you have a toothache, she comes to you and she just takes the tooth out and replaces it with a gummy bear.
Wow, that sounds...
I have some gold gummy bears in my back molars.
That sounds really painful.
Yes. And, you know, you get used to it. No one likes going to the dentist.
Yeah, I can imagine all that sugar.
Truth. Another one that we have is Santa Claus.
Oh, yes. Santa Claus is... he was created by sand going into a wind tunnel and being blessed by a wizard. And what came out was a bearded man who takes toys from children and replaces it with chores.
Wow.
Yes.
What are chores in your world?
Chores are like, you know, eat this bucket of marshmallows. See how much syrup you can get in your mouth. Wash your hair with soda. That's a big one. I hate doing it.
Does it get all sticky? Mike?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So another thing that's imaginary on our world is there's these people that believe that the Earth is flat. They're called flat earthers.
The flat earthers.
Yes. When Earth is clearly a perfect cube.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I mean, it's so easy to see. When I go to North Dakota, like my friends they're on the other side of the square.
Degrees,
yes,
right?
they're 90 degrees, and they're always mountain climbing.
Oh, okay.
And I don't like to mountain climb, so I only live on one side of the square.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So it's like our flat Earth, but always there's multiple dimensions
multiple
of flat.
flat Earths. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. What about you, Lewis?
Anti-science people.
Well, everyone's pro-science.
Okay, what does science mean to you guys, though?
Yeah.
Science is when you have like an old guy holding a beaker of a red liquid, and every house has one now.
Okay.
My evil scientist is named Gregory.
Okay.
Evil scientist?
Yeah, and he would put like a red beaker into a blue beaker.
Ooh.
And sometimes a portal would open.
Whoa.
and sometimes he'd make pancakes. So, it really depends on his mood.
That's incredible. So, Mike, we're imaginary Mike. We're winding down on the time here.
Yeah, I have to go back to herding the unicorns.
Yeah.
They just started a land war with Bumblebee.
With the bumblebees.
Yes.
That sounds very important, Mike.
Yes.
But before we let you go, what is one pearl of wisdom that you would give us here on Earth, regular Earth?
If it's not sweet and it's not caramely, and it didn't come from a plant, and you shouldn't stick it in your nose.
Wow, that's some good advice.
That's not a way to become president.
Oh, you can only become president if you have big hands.
It's big hands.
Big hands.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's great because our president has really small hands.
No world is perfect.
It's true. So, hopefully I'll call you again there, Imaginary Mike.
All right. Yes. I gotta
Pleasure
go back.
meeting you.
It
Oh
was a
yes.
pleasure.
No problem. No
Okay.
problem.
Have a good day there.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So Mike, not much of a difference.
No. I like him,
Yeah.
but he's a little serious.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Took everything a little too seriously.
I know. He's a little down in the mouth.
Right. I'm pretty sure he was just sucking on like jelly beans the entire time.
Yeah, probably.
Did it sound like each one of his teeth was a candy?
It was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when he sneezes, just cotton candy comes out.
Lucky guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's incredible. Oh man, so that was an unimaginable world.
Yeah,
that was just
right.
a bunch of chaos.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we did that.
Right.
I can't imagine new and wonderful worlds. And thank you to our wonderful friend and listener.
Yes. We really appreciate that.
Yes, and we definitely care about you guys, and we want to make your guys' thoughts and dreams, your dreams and feelings, come true.
Yes.
So write to us, and we'll try and get it on the pod. We'd love to do that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So so Mike, what do we got next?
So, there's an elephant in the room, and the elephant is wearing a Spider-Man outfit,
Yes.
and we have to talk about him because we've spoken about every Spider-Man movie.
Have we?
That's come out
Oh yeah. No.
starting now.
Starting now.
Yes. Including Spider-Man called Wonder Woman.
Yes.
So it's important that we talk about this one.
Yes.
First, I'm going to let you guys just love it to death, and then I'm going to be the sobering moment.
The sobering moment. Well, I feel like okay. I don't know. Do you want to go ahead, Lewis? How did you feel about it? Your experience.
I thought it was pretty good. I've seen it twice now.
Oh, you saw it twice.
That's a sign that something's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for those that haven't seen it and know of Spider-Man, the Vulture is the main bad guy in the movie.
It's true.
And I thought they approached his character quite well, quite believable for the universe that they're in.
Yeah, and I appreciate that they in the movie that they were setting up for the Sinister Six.
Yes.
Because you had like the Shocker was there, and the Vulture was there, and you also introduced to Scorpion.
Yeah, he was in it. I believe that guy was he played Voss in the Far Cry games.
Yeah.
As well.
That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so
small world.
Yeah, small world. But yeah, so yeah, I think characterization. I think they did a good job. I like the diversity that they went with the cast. I think I really felt like every race and even religion. There were some Jewish background characters that you could see, some Hasidic Jews, which is very representative of like the neighborhood that Peter would grow up in New York City, and I appreciated the fact that they were strong characters, like lead characters that were played by different races and genders, instead of just like, you know, your Robert Downey Jr.'s or your Chris Evans or Paul Rudd's, like like you had Zendaya playing MJ, and I don't know the actor's name for Flash, or what's his name? Not Flash. The
Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson,
Flash
Flash Thompson. I couldn't think of his last name.
Yeah.
Was Indian, not Native American, Indian, actually Indian.
And they actually gave an Asian student a good joke.
Right.
Yes.
He was Filipino. That's me.
Yes.
He's a Filipino actor.
That bathroom scene.
Yeah.
That went awkwardly long.
It was so good.
It was hilarious.
It was
yes.
so good. Oh no, I meant Spider-Man's Peter Parker's friend. The guy in the chair.
The guy in the chair.
Yeah. He was funny too.
He was good. They were all So I think the characterization was great, but I think what I appreciated most about it was the fact that it felt like, in the longest time, it felt like a real portrayal of what would happen if superheroes actually existed. The physics, I think, of Spider-Man was really cool. Like he didn't like just stick automatically to surfaces. Like there was some like physics involved where he would like slide on the walls, but he was still like attached to it, or just the movements and things like that. And even even in terms of the property damage and the live.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's something you don't see in other movies these days.
Right. Whereas I feel in like even movies like Wonder Woman or like the Dark Knight series, like the Nolan trilogy, like it felt like there was mass devastation, but you didn't really see kind of death. Even in like Man of Steel, like it was like implied that there was like a huge like city devastation.
Laser eyes going through buildings, toppling down,
trillions of dollars of debt.
Right, exactly. But then you cut to the next movie and everyone is just like fine. It seems like everything has just gone back to normal.
No, we saw
People
Bruce Wayne's face.
Fine with, Superman.
Right, exactly. So yeah, it felt like what would happen if, and I think that's what I appreciated most about the movie was, like that movie is what would happen if a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old got superpowers and was fighting like supervillains, and so those are the kind of things that I really appreciated about it. And I think they did a good job of tying it in with the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it definitely feels like they're equipping Peter Parker and Tom Holland to kind of take over the reins from Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing remarks, Louis?
Also, speaking of the destruction, the movie starts with like an intro to the Vulture, and it goes like how he was just an ordinary construction worker that was doing a salvage job for the wreckage of the destruction of New York, which happened in the Avengers in 2012.
Right.
And like just how he was going into the job, then the government came in and told them tough luck.
Right. Right. It felt like a real thing that would happen. Yeah. And the callbacks and even to the other movies like was really cool.
Oh yeah, and speaking of callbacks,
when Spider-Man videotaped himself.
No, John Favreau, who played Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
With the scene with the ring. Him saying, "I've been holding this since 2008."
Yeah.
Which is a callback to the first Iron Man movie,
which came out in 2000.
Yeah.
Which is
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was towards the end when Peter was like going to accept the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah,
and they were like, "What are we going to announce now?" And Happy Hogan pulls out the ring. And he was like, "Hey, Yeah. So,
Right.
Mike, how are you going to disappoint
Your thoughts.
America?
Oh.
Disappoint America by shaming America's darling?
Oh, I know. And I'm going to be the Grinch on this one.
Yes.
I don't know what it is about the Marvel method, but it's starting to become numb to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to become so cute and so like it knows it's supposed to be constantly funny and constantly goofy that I don't think it can be anything else. If you look at all the movies today that Marvel has produced, all of them are ridiculously funny. They're silly. They have punchy jokes, and they're all bright and cheery. In fact, every protagonist now, from here on out, has like this overconfident bravado and this like cheery outlook on life. And even the new Thor movie, like Thor's cracking all these jokes, and it's like, Marvel, can you see this? Can you see that everything is just maybe just a little too silly? And like when we first saw the silliness in the Avengers, it was refreshing. But now that we're already in Spider-Man: Homecoming, it's like, here's the jokes. Yes, they're funny. They're good jokes. And yes, there's some great character development. Though the one problem I had with the movie is I didn't want to get behind Peter Parker or Spider-Man. Because there was nothing that really made me want to root for him. You know, the movie was leading up to him doing this amazing kind of save the day thing. And it kind of disappointed me that, like, not only was he not responsible for taking down the bad guy, but he also caused a lot of property damage, blew up like a beach, and then that's what gets him into the Avengers, and that kind of disappointed me. I know what Marvel was trying to do. They're trying to say, oh, look, he saved the Vulture from a fire, and that means he's a real hero, and he didn't need a suit to do it, which is great. But I wish that was a little bit stronger. I wish like there was like a choice he had to make, or like there was a sacrifice. It wasn't the conflict wasn't strong enough. So I actually wanted to cheer more for the Vulture. It's like, I love his story. He's just the man getting beaten down by the corporate America. And I want to see him win. I want to turn this into like a Breaking Bad with supervillains.
Yeah.
Netflix,
That
I'm
would
looking at
be
you.
interesting.
Or definitely. I would agree if it wasn't for because I feel like the last two Captain America movies were really dark.
Mm-hmm.
Where,
I would agree with
like
that.
Winter Soldier and Civil War. I felt like there wasn't as much like even Iron Man 3. I think where where Iron Man is really kind of dealing with depression and like anxiety and PTSD. But I also think that Marvel has created two separate products where it has its Netflix series, which are like over the top dark, over the top violent, and then its movie product, which is more, I think I would agree, is like more cross-platform, more cross-audience.
You gotta also recognize, like, part of the movies, they're trying to make it sort of kid-friendly as well, so...
Definitely.
But then, on the other hand, I'm noticing an edginess with Marvel. Like, in recent movies, there's been more middle fingers, more genitalia jokes. And this has been like a trend this started with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's kind of elevating. It's like, Spider-Man's really not known for that, you know.
Yeah. I can't... Was there a moment in Spider-Man? I can't really...
there was like one genitalia joke, one I'm looking at porn joke.
The porn joke.
A middle finger
the
from
genitalia
Zendaya.
joke.
Yeah, that's right.
Penis Parker.
I forget that.
Yeah. And I'm starting to think, like, who... do they really have to climb down into that humor just to get people to laugh?
Yeah. I don't know. but I also think that like when you take into consideration like the character, like I feel like it fits that character. You know what I mean? Like
it's
it
sort of
works.
fit Flash Thompson to make fun of
Right, like
Peter
it's
Parker.
it would be like
that.
I think it works because it's like a 15-year-old, but when it's like a 25-year-old man, when it's like Chris Pratt doing it, you're like, okay, like maybe, but like it's a 15-year-old kid, like what do you like? I don't approve it, but I think it fits the characterization.
Yeah. And I also walked out thinking, you know, they wanted Flash Thompson to be like this bully, but he didn't seem that threatening to me. Like I was just like, he's just misunderstood. He's had a few bad turns in life.
I mean, usually Flash Thompson is this
He's a jerk.
football playing jock, and in this movie, he's on the
team.
the science question team.
But I think it's because the universe that Marvel has created is different than what it was in the comic book series. Because in the comic book series, like this whole the incident like doesn't happen in the comic books. Like this leap forward in technology doesn't happen. So in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with this leap forward in technology, like who becomes cool, who becomes popular? It's the Robert Downey Jr.'s, it's the Tony Starks, right? And you can clearly see it like in the school that Peter Parker is going to. It's a school where science is at the front of it. Like it's a science and tech school. So of course, the athlete kind of Flash Thompson wouldn't really exist in a high school like that. So they had to kind of adjust the character a little bit.
Yeah, he's just a cocky guy who's bad at quizzes.
Right, and just drives his dad's Audi TT.
Yeah.
I get that.
So
thanks for the insight.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I don't know. I felt like they were really consistent with what you're saying, but but no, I think I can definitely feel like what you were saying, like, but I don't know. Did you like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man more?
Well, here's the thing. This is lately, and this is just the numbing of all superhero movies. And this is why I don't want to watch Thor Ragnarok. Just because I saw Wonder Woman, and I'm like, okay, this is for kids. I saw Spider-Man. This is for kids. I saw Logan, and I'm like, okay, I can get behind this. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that Marvel has, like, I've grown up past Marvel, or maybe I have Marvel poisoning in my blood, and I just I need a fresh perspective. I actually started looking up other movies that are coming out based on comic books, and I got a little excited that they're bringing back Harbinger Wars.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, see, no one knows what that is. Exo-Mano War? No one knows what that is. Okay, so these are comic books that you would never know existed because they're not the top two.
Not DC or Marvel.
Yeah.
Or even Dark Horse.
Or Dark Horse. I know Dark Horse, if I said Spawn, you guys would get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even anything like anything Matt Moore. It's been a while. I'm waiting for the reboot for Watchmen.
Yeah.
I bet some studios are just salivating at the opportunity because it looked amazing when it came out, but can you imagine what it would look like today with like the CGI and stuff that we have today?
Yeah. One thing I realized about myself is that my favorite comics are the ones where they try to mirror reality. Like, it's so real that it almost seems a little bit boring and mundane. Mm-hmm. And then you see a guy come in like wearing long johns that it look like the Flash.
Yeah.
And so it's like people having a normal life, but then dressing up like superheroes. And like that to me is like interesting. That's why I liked Batman Begins, is because everything just seemed like a normal life that you or I could have. And then a guy got in a bat suit and learned how to be a ninja.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. And I think that the better Marvel movies, and obviously the better DC movies have had that. So like I think the better Marvel movies being the Avengers, Civil War, and I think Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. I think those, and I feel like those three are really really on par with like that in comparison to like Nolan's trilogy.
Right.
And I think if they did I'm waiting for them to do a standalone like Black Widow story like.
Right.
Like,
if they did do it, it would have to be a whole different feel, a whole different temperature, like a different filter. No more bright filters, and no one-liners from Natasha Romanoff.
No more falling in love with the Hulk.
Yeah.
But that's weird. But yeah, no, definitely, I agree. And I feel like I don't know. I wish DC would make up its mind on how it wants to present itself. Like, I feel like it's trying to do too much, and I'm not very impressed with their CGI.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wonder Woman was proof that they're pretty much opening Marvel's playbook and copy-pasting.
Not doing it as well at all.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, I think they did it well, which is why everyone liked it. And that's why I'm so disappointed, because they chose the comfortable and safe road as opposed to DC's like experimental and dangerous road.
I would agree with the fact that I think Nolan did it. It was experimental.
Yeah.
But everything else that they've done, like Man of Steel, like I don't know. I felt like,
and that's the thing about experiments is that they either do really well or they fail horribly, which is what Marvel's not doing. They're staying in a happy middle.
Yeah. And I feel like when I was viewing like the trailers and stuff for Wonder Woman, I felt like I was gonna get more of the Nolan feel than what I got from it, and I think that was probably the biggest disappointment for me for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, you got the patty.
Yeah, I got Wonder Woman surrounded by CGI flame, but nobody in the base actually died, except Chris Pine, because we need to make a comment on.
Right.
I read that they might not even really kill them off, though.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What are they gonna make him?
I don't know. The same person, just somehow
alive.
He miraculously survived.
Oh man! See, I'm gonna give Justice League Part 1. That's gonna be my one. That's gonna be my next movie. Sorry, Thor. And if it disappoints me, then I'm going to the third-party comic books from now on. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I for one will continue to go see Marvel Marvel and DC movies just because I like even though I know that like I'm going to be disappointed by Justice League. Like I know I'm not gonna. I can just feel it.
No, I'm not ready to accept that.
I just know.
I'm ready for it to be a sleeper hit. Like Suicide Squad.
But I feel like if I have low expectations going into it, I'll be okay. But like with Marvel, I know that I'm gonna get a quality movie, even if I don't necessarily really like it. Like I can take or leave Doctor Strange. Like it was like I thought it was gonna be cooler. I think Benedict Cumberbatch did a good job, but I didn't like the movie. But I don't regret spending the money to go see it because it was a good product. It was a good movie.
Right.
Whereas for like DC, like I was Batman versus Superman. I was salty.
When you see it, like part of me really either liked it or wanted to like it, just because it was such a different flavor than what I'm used to.
Doctor Strange?
Or no, the Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Like a part of me was like, yes, something different. It's kind of like eating. It's like if you spent your whole life eating chicken, and then you ate like a really bad roast beef, but you were happy that it was at least a different flavor.
Yes,
Yes.
That's what Batman v Superman was.
It was a bad roast beef.
It was a bad, but it was in a world of chicken, so
it gave you hope. I don't know. I can't get over the Martha.
Yeah,
Your
Martha Ex Machina.
Yes.
One of my friends says.
That's so dumb. I hate it.
Why did you say Martha?
Yeah.
That's my mom's name.
They had to stop them fighting. But I've read all the failed Batman scripts that they didn't use, and I really wish they'd used any one of those because they're a little bit outdated. Because there's actually a Justice League script online that was going to be done by Romero, not George, the guy who did Fury Road.
Yeah.
He was going to direct that, and it was written really well, and it was before Avengers, so no one knew what like superhero teams look like. So it actually reads really different than what we're gonna see Justice League Part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
if you get a chance to read it, it's actually really cool.
Good. Yeah. So let's see where we're at time wise. Where are we at? Perfect. So that was a good superhero discussion.
Yes.
Are there any last kind of thoughts? Maybe what are some hopes that you wish for the DC, Marvel, and maybe even the independent?
Well, it's always weird when I don't hear about a movie like Hellboy. When Hellboy came out, I didn't have any expectations at all. Mm-hmm. And then
It was good.
3 months later, I bought it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I'm sure if someone was like, "This is the best movie ever," I would have hated it.
Right.
And so I hope no one tells me anything about Justice League. And like you,
there's not a chance.
I come in with low expectations.
They've been hyping that so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't go anywhere without seeing the Justice League trailer from Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But I agree. No, I'm excited to see maybe some more. I think you got to take the really big successes, because then we're going to be able to see some really minor characters maybe get a movie. So like Cloak and Dagger, they're allegedly getting a movie. They're smaller, little known villains. Sorry. Heroes in the Marvel universe, but there's rumors that they're going to get their own movie based on the success of the other universes, and hopefully maybe Moon Knight can get a movie. I love Moon Knight; he's one of my favorites.
That should be rated R, even though.
Oh, definitely.
I would tell Christians not to see it.
Yeah, it
should be rated R.
It'll be good. It'll be good. And I heard rumors that they're doing a second Deadpool movie.
Of course.
So that'll be cool. With Cable. So that'll be fun. And I hope that maybe someday they'll do a Deadpool Spider-Man movie, which would make me so happy. Especially if they kept Tom Holland. And I feel like him and Ryan Reynolds would be really funny together.
Yeah. Because they're both like total quip characters.
It's true. They sell out. And I heard that they're making. There's rumors of another Logan.
Oh, he's pretty dead.
I heard that they were doing something with that universe.
I hear like an X-Force.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe probably in the past.
Like
but also
like with the Logan character, obviously, like because with the movie, like he died, but like with that Logan character.
Yeah.
Which would be cool, building on that universe. Because Sony still has that, right? Or Fox. Is it Fox?
Yeah, I think that's Fox.
I'm secretly gunning for Valiant Comics to come up with Harbinger.
Yeah. No idea what that is, Mike.
Yeah.
Nope.
If you ever look up those comics, you'll say, "Oh, that's nice," and then you'll go back to other comics.
Right.
But I'm secretly hoping that they'll rock.
Yeah. I'm excited for DC or for a DC. Some more of the like a Booster Gold movie. I think would be really great.
Do you know the Green Lantern movie they described it as a lethal weapon in space?
Oh no! No!
Can you imagine?
Oh no! Who's playing Green Lantern?
I don't know yet, but
are they going white?
Another Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
Well, this one's the apology.
Yeah.
Oh.
So are they gonna have?
The apology.
But the question is, are they gonna have white Green Lantern, black Green Lantern, or Irish Green Lantern?
All three,
Green Lantern,
please.
or all three? Who knows? But yeah, no, I'm excited. It'll be good. What about you, Lewis? What is a hope that you see for?
A hope is, I felt the Tom Holland Spider-Man. He wasn't quippy enough for me. So maybe a
bring
bit
on the
more,
jokes.
Yeah.
But more just like mocking the character, because that's what I like about him. Like,
which Spider-Man was the quippiest? Tobey, Tom, or James?
I'd say
Tobey was just sad.
I'd say Andy Garfield, because I remember
What is his name? Oh, it's Andrew, not James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's James Garfield.
The time when he was being a car thief, and then the car thief pulls out like a switchblade, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm scared of small knives."
How do you know my weakness?
Yeah. Just excited for what comes next, whatever it may be.
Word. Good. So we'll bookend that conversation, and I'm sure we'll have, as more of these movies come out, I'm sure Mike and I, and hopefully maybe Lewis, will have more discussion. This is an ever-growing thing. I don't, like, if you asked us, any of the three, because I feel like the three of us have an appreciation for comic books and comic book characters. Like, if you asked us 10, 15 years ago, like, if we were to have, like, the embarrassment of riches that we have now of these movies, we'd be like, no way.
I mean, at what point do we say, okay, it's getting a little out of hand here, too?
Right.
I feel like we're at that point where it's just like, okay, let's slow it down, let another genre come in, have its time.
Yeah. I don't, but this summer, I feel like the gritty, sorry to keep talking about it, but, like, I feel like the gritty kind of live action, almost like grindhouse film has come back, like with Baby Driver and Atomic Blonde that's going to come out a little bit later, and it seems like that like maybe Hollywood is trending more towards these almost grindhouse, one-off action, gritty adventure movies.
Yeah.
And I used to think rated R movies was like the most you could ever show.
Yeah.
And the most explicit you could get. And then Netflix came and blew me away with every single one of their original series.
Yeah, no, every single.
Even their children's shows, they're like, whoa.
Can't wait for the Punisher to come out.
Yeah, Punisher's getting a season. Daredevil's getting a new season. Iron Fist is getting a new season.
Marvel's Runaways is
Jessica
getting
Jones is getting
season.
another season.
Runaway. And Legion that's an FX series though.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another Marvel. There's another X-Men show. Did you say Runaways already?
Yeah.
There's
There's
Runaways.
the Inhumans.
And Humans too. Yeah. Is that on FX?
It's on ABC.
And something on Fox called The Gifted.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
No idea what that's about.
And they're rebooting Star Trek. Did you see this?
Yes.
They're putting a new Star Trek show on CBS.
Wow.
That's another comic
Right.
that people should read more.
I didn't know that they made those.
Yes, they do. By another company you'll never hear of or care about.
Dark Horse?
IDW.
IDK.
Yeah.
IDGF.
Okay. So you have a top 5.
Yes, top 5. We're going to keep talking about movies. Top 5 book to movie movies. And this is a much maligned, I feel, category of movie. People are always complaining. I'll start right off. The first movie that I think of that I really appreciated, and this is one of my favorite series, is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. That's my number one. I love. It felt like a real turning point in the series. It stopped being like, oh, cute and friendly. Like this is really cutesy, and Harry's so sassy, and like Hermione's smart, and it felt like starting with the 5th one into the 6th, and the last two 7, the last of the 2 parts of the 7. It really felt really gritty, felt really dark. And but I feel like Half-Blood Prince did the best job of capturing the emotion of the book series, and I just really loved Harry in it. I think he was great. He wasn't whiny and angsty as he was before, and instead he felt more like an action hero almost.
You mean the Goblet of Fire? That one wasn't dark?
Nah.
I walked away sad.
It's like, you're one like, oh, Cedric Diggory, oh, he died.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Actually, no. If you haven't read or seen The Fire by now, I don't feel bad for spoiling that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like.
Hello?
Oh, that's Lynn.
Oh, no. The wife calls.
She can finally be on.
Yes, Lynn can be on the podcast. What a day. It's monumental.
Hi, Lynn. You're on the podcast.
What?
Yes.
Say hi to the podcast, Lynn.
Podcast. How come you're doing the podcast so late?
Because we had improv practice.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let him go soon. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Yes.
What? We're having a FaceTime live on the pod.
Yes. Let me bring you
I thought you
to.
were doing your improv.
Yes.
We
yes.
were before, and then
That was before.
That ran a little late.
yeah. Now we're doing the podcast. So, Lynn, do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite book to movie show or movie? Did she hear?
Hello?
Okay. So we're asking the question: do you have a favorite book to movie?
Do I have a what?
A favorite book to movie?
A favorite book to movie?
Yeah,
Like Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, yeah.
Not really.
That was actually one of mine, Mike. Thanks.
No. Oops.
No, none. Harry
I
Potter.
can't think of anything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Put her down for Harry Potter.
Heard it down for Harry Potter. Okay. That sounds good.
I remember one that was about something about deep end of the ocean or something. But I don't really remember what it was about.
20,000 Leagues Under the
I liked
Sea.
the book more than the movie.
Oh,
2001 Leagues Under the Sea. Poseidon. Poseidon
the
Adventure.
deep end of the
The
ocean.
deep end of the ocean.
Well, you like
Yeah,
swimming.
the deep end of the ocean.
She likes swimming.
Yeah. So it only makes sense.
We're having all the guests on the show.
Yeah.
Caleb made an appearance. Andre made an appearance. Lewis is here. Lynn is now here.
Yes.
It's a real diverse cast.
I know.
Great.
And it's Lewis's birthday.
And it's Lewis's birthday.
Alright.
So,
Yes.
do you have any final remarks for the podcast?
Not really.
Where are you,
I
by
was
the way?
prepared to be on the podcast.
Oh, well.
I'm not very spontaneous.
Mhm.
Perfect. Neither am I.
Yeah.
But you have some great deep end of the ocean comments.
It's true. It's true.
Yes.
So, anyways, I've caught the wife off guard,
Yes.
so I will call you back,
Is
honey.
this recording?
It's yes.
Oh, okay.
Mike will call you back.
I will call you back. You if you fall asleep, that's okay. But I should be done
Okay.
in 15 minutes.
Perfect.
All right. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye then.
We finally got her. What a show. What a pod.
Wow.
What a great podcast.
Right.
This is great.
Great.
So organic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your number one? Oh, I have to take now Pride and Prejudice off my list. Thanks, Mike.
Was that number 5?
That was number 3 for me.
Okay.
That was a pretty good movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
I have to take deep end of the ocean.
Okay. Okay, Lewis, what you
Okay.
got for me?
One of mine is I had to sort of look at a list to remind myself what movies came from books that I've seen.
Yes.
So as not to say Harry Potter or Twilight or something like that. What I got for my number one is The Bourne Identity.
Hey.
Oh,
those are
yeah.
I
good.
should have put that down.
Great movie, really fast-paced, actiony. I don't know if they followed the story too well, but
No, the book is completely different than the movie.
Yes.
yes,
I've
I
only read the
figured
first-
as much.
Yeah, I've only read the
but
first book, but
Still, pretty good movie.
yeah, pretty good movie. Actually, I'll go out and say it. I like the movie more than I like the book. Really? I don't know. Maybe it's because I saw all the movies first and then I read the book.
Yeah, maybe because
Yeah.
you're done with the movie in
Yeah.
2 hours and you can move on with your life.
Right. I know. So what is your number one there?
I'm gonna say the Scott Pilgrim movie.
Yes, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Yeah.
That movie just blew me away with just all the craziness and attention deficit disorder, directing.
Yeah, and Michael Cera was great.
Yeah, Michael Cera was spot on. The jokes on there were edgy, yet they were very like inside joke kind of jokes,
Yeah.
in which you could really enjoy them. It was the whole movie.
If
was
you
just,
read the comic.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
just smart. Everything about it was smart. So
Well done. My number 2, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
darn it!
Yeah, take that.
Yeah.
Take that.
Still haven't gotten
Narnia.
me yet. Narnia.
Narnia. I feel like
Narnia.
the first one, the best one.
Yeah.
Good movie. Made me proud to be fan of C.S. Lewis. Proud to be a Christian. It's like, yeah, you can be a Christian and have good storytelling. It doesn't have to be about Amish.
Amish love
romance.
stories.
Yeah. There
You
could
know I
be
love them.
Action and adventure. So yeah, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Nice.
What about you, Lewis?
Okay. For the next one, Holes.
Yes, there it is.
Shia
LaBeouf in his
Shia
prime.
Shia LaBeouf.
Stanley Elnitz going to camp, Green Lake, adventure, Holes.
Watch it. You won't
Watch
regret
it.
it.
Yes.
It lives up to his name.
Yes.
Right.
Very good.
I'm gonna say the Lemony Snicket TV series.
Hey, that's not a movie.
The movie is pretty good
movie's okay,
too.
yeah.
I enjoy
Well, that's fine.
it.
That's fair. I'll
Okay.
take it.
Yeah.
No, I'll take it. I accept
Okay,
it.
so
Yeah.
the Lemony Snicket TV series. I've never read the book, but the way the
Yeah.
TV series kind of sets itself up, you can tell that they're very faithful to the book, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just copy pasted everything into the script.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like the pacing, and I like that they pick up on all the nuances that would be in a book. I know that sounds so cheap. Like I haven't read the book, but
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket's my favorite book.
Okay. So I had to take Pride and Prejudice out, and instead I will put in Blade Runner. So Blade Runner
I
is
did not know that was.
It's based loosely on a book called "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep"
Oh yeah, I remember
by
hearing about
Philip
that.
K. Dick. It's
Great
one of-
guy.
So it's not obviously it's not like faithful word for word any like. But
Well,
it's-
how many
it's-
of these are really?
That's true. It's true. But it more plays loose and fast with a lot of the philosophical kind of ideas that are presented in "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep" rather than sourcing like the material. But so Blade Runner, my number 3, in place of Pride and Prejudice, which would have been my number 3.
Blade Runner 2049 is coming up pretty
I'm
soon
excited.
too.
I love.
Yeah.
They need to get Harrison Ford in more movies before he dies.
Yeah, yeah. After Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. I was like, oh
Yeah.
no. Oh,
After
no.
he died in Star Wars,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah, right. I was like, we gotta get him in all and everything. They need to get another Indiana Jones up in here. Like, we need another Jack Ryan movie. Like, let's get this going.
Yes. Oh man.
Okay.
What about you? What is your number 3, Lewis?
I'd say for my number 3 would be, the Shawshank Redemption.
Hey.
The great,
Stephen King novel.
Stephen King novella.
Stephen King.
Great story.
Yeah. All around good book,
Yeah.
good movie, well acted.
Well acted.
I always think
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
Can't beat that.
can't beat Morgan Freeman.
You can't. I've asked. Yeah. Mine is Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those interesting things where, you know, if you see the movie first and then you read the book, you get disappointed and you feel cheated. I didn't actually feel cheated when I saw the movie, and then I read the book, and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm enjoying this twice as much.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a good... I haven't read it, but I've heard good things, and I should read that this summer.
Yeah.
Let's have time. Okay, my number 4 is another experience like yours, Fight Club.
Yeah.
Which is also based on a book
yeah.
by Chuck. I try to get the last name. It's Pugmach.
Palinchuk. Yes.
Palinchuk. But yeah, Fight Club, good movie, good book. I mean, there are, you know, differences, obviously, between the two mediums, but I feel like the movie was pretty faithful to the source material, and I think it was well directed, and Edward Norton and Brad Pitt and Helena Bonham Carter, right?
Yes.
They're all great. So, and then the novel, if you guys get a chance to read it, go get it. It's good. What about you, Louis?
I'd say for my number 4 is The Hunger Games.
Hey.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
Pretty good.
It's a late night whistle.
Action-y. Good story element.
Yeah.
Fight for survival.
Yes.
Yes. The girl on fire.
Lewis actually just loved all the fashion sequences.
Yes.
What's your number 4?
My next one is The Watchmen.
Okay, nice.
One of the
Good one.
few that I actually got to the end of the comic book. And I also saw the entirety of the movie, and they were very faithful to the story. I know that Watchmen is very complex.
Yeah.
It has that weird pirate thing in it, and they actually made that into a spin-off cartoon, which was smart. But you know, I liked it because it was equal parts dark, and it was also very stylistic. That was Zack Snyder, right?
Zack Snyder, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of his things, but I guess Watchmen I can give him a pass.
Yeah. Well, because he's heavily involved in a lot of the DC stuff now, isn't he? Looking at you, Man of Steel. Okay, and I'm surprised no one has said this yet, so I'm thrilled, and I really hope I disappoint all of you. But my number 5 is Return of the King.
I was gonna say a Lord of the Rings movie, but
A different one?
no, Return of the King.
I was gonna say The Middle of the Hobbit. That was my favorite movie.
Is it the only
The
one you've
Middle
seen?
of the Hobbit.
I hate you. You're the worst.
The Desolation of Smaug.
Yes, that was that one.
Smaug.
So Return of the King, that came out in like 2001. Like, no, maybe not 2001, probably 04. But it speaks for itself. It won literally everything for every major category. Best picture, best acting, best writing, best whatever it is, it won it. The CGI still holds up.
It's true.
It uses a beautiful combination of computer and live action.
It's a
effects.
meme.
Yeah, it's a meme. It has everything. Everything you would want. It's compelling. It's wonderful, and it was so good. The director didn't want it to end. So
he made another 3 movies.
Right, and extended them.
Book.
Yeah, exactly. So, if your only experience with J.R.R. Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings universe is the recent Hobbit movies, do yourself a favor, go to the library, get the first 3 Lord of the Rings movies, and just have your pants blown off. It's 3 hours.
Prepared to make it an all-day thing, though.
Exactly. And it only gets better when you watch them back to back.
Yes.
They are a true masterpiece. And
I think if you did all of them together, like all 6 movies, maybe 24 hours.
yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah,
We'll do it.
Especially if it's the extended edition versions.
True that.
Which adds like another hour to each of them.
Right, exactly.
Even Bollywood movies aren't that long.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Also, shout out to my youth pastor growing up. He saw Return of the King with kidney stones, and he sat through the entire thing. That's how riveted he was.
Wow.
That he
They actually broke up and left his body.
Right, exactly. So if that isn't a testament to how great this movie is, I don't know what will convince you otherwise. What about you, Lewis?
We're on our last one.
Yep.
Correct. So the last one, I would have to say would have to be The Count of Monte Cristo.
Hey!
Oh, you see, you're picking all the good ones. My list looks like trash.
Yeah.
No, it's got Pilgrim.
Yeah. I like the actor who played the main character.
Because
John
Yes.
Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jim Caviezel. The guy that played Dumbledore. He was
What's Dumbledore?
All of them.
and
Sir
the
Ian McKellen one? Or no, wait, no, is he? No.
in the Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Dumbledore, not
There's two actors that play Harry Potter.
Real?
Yeah, so Dumbledore made it through the original actor made it for the first two movies, and then he died. So then they got a new
I
Dumbledore.
didn't know that.
It's weird because it's not Sir Ian McKellen. It's two
No.
like British names that if you said right now, I'd
would
just
know.
agree.
Yeah. Who is
I
it?
want to say Magnus Stewart.
Yeah.
Something.
Yes.
Yeah. So two different Dumbledores.
Yeah.
But
I
yes.
did not know that.
Yeah.
But
Now you know.
one of them was in that movie.
Okay.
And it was a great movie. Once again,
And
very
Guy
actionary,
Pearce.
What'd you
very
say?
Guy
adventure.
Pearce, he was the bad guy.
Pierce. That Guy Pierce. Yes. Awesome. That's good. Dope. No, I haven't. I've read the book. Have not seen the movie. So
You haven't seen the movie?
I have not seen the movie, so I have to check it out.
I'm bad at numbering these.
We're on the fifth one.
This shouldn't be number one. This shouldn't be the top.
Whatever.
It's the nativity.
No, I mean,
It's based on it's based on the.
if you had said the Passion of the Christ, I would have
Yeah.
kicked you out.
I thought of that.
Jesus juke us.
There was too much extra Catholic
Oh,
bucks in that one.
you mean Satan watching Jesus
Yes.
be crucified through
Right.
With
the
the
eyes of a
baby.
child? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not okay. For
I had
you?
my eyes closed through most of that movie, but
Same.
yeah. But the nativity, it gave Mary and Joseph a face, and it made them.
Was it a white one?
It had to be, but
They couldn't get Gal Gadot to play Mary.
no, she would have beaten down Caesar himself.
Right.
Yep.
But it was.
Beat up Herod.
Yeah, it was a great piece of art, and it didn't disappoint me.
Good.
And when a Bible movie doesn't disappoint,
Right. Or it doesn't
Yeah.
star Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
You know you're in a good place.
yes, you know you're in a good place.
I love you, Kevin Sorbo. You're a great brother. I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you in the kingdom. But yeah, that was good. Any honorable mentions that you wanted to get out there?
Everything Lewis said.
Yeah.
Actually,
everything.
my list was the honorable mention,
right.
and what Lewis said is my top 5.
No, I feel like Scott Pilgrim was
Yes,
is good.
I'm glad I got that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
My two honorable mention would have been Blade Runner, and then this other one would have been 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is actually based on a book called inspired by a book called The Sentinel by Arthur C. Clarke, who is a monumental science fiction writer. So
Yes. For my honorable mentions, I have The Green Mile.
nice.
Great film. And Captain Underpants.
Yeah.
They just made that a movie.
True that.
No one picked Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I should have put that. What am I doing? What am I doing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is
Anyways.
kind of. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you were serious about The Hobbit.
Yes. I had to change that.
You were serious about The Hobbit. Wait, how are you gonna pick The Hobbit over like the original trilogy.
Well,
I put that in my list, but it was after the original trilogy.
apparently what I liked was The Hobbit 2.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very enjoyable and a lot of fun. And I'm like, if I read books, I probably would enjoy this.
I mean, if we wanted enjoy rock giants fighting on a cliff.
That's fair.
And spiders. There were some spiders in it.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that part.
So where are we at? We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Alright, so Mike, what do you want to do? What should we do next?
We should say what we've learned.
Yes. What is your one takeaway from the day? What did you learn today, Lewis?
Yeah.
What did you
you
learn,
go
Mike?
first,
Yes.
Lewis.
Same, Lewis. Same. I
If
didn't learn anything.
Yes.
yeah.
That you have good.
If you can't remember something, you can always look it up on the internet.
True that.
I learned that Lewis is my top 5.
Lewis is everyone's top.
Yes, everything I pick is honorable.
And I learned that I'm not the biggest hipster on this podcast, and that Mike doesn't want anything to do with mainstream comic book movies.
No, third party or lower. Please. Pretty soon I'm going to get into those indie feminist comics.
He's gonna come over trying to convince me. I'm like, no.
Oh, you gotta watch Ice Skater.
Mike, man, I just want to enjoy it. Like, I don't want to be preached at. If I wanted that, I'd watch a bioflick. Like, come on, this is all purely for the escapism, man.
Yes.
But yeah, so happy birthday, Lewis.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We had so many great guests, and I hope they all return.
Yes.
You better get home to Lynn. It's getting
Yes.
kind of late.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Thank
Goodbye.
Bye.
Because I'm in control, I can make it awkward.
Make it all.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye. I love you, Megan.